Hey guys, welcome back to Blockbuster Box Sets. On today's episode of Highlights from the Collection, I thought I'd show off what I've made in the past and what I'm actually updating and changing it to for my collection with the Predator franchise. Let's talk about it. All right, so the Predator franchise and Predator versus Alien. I love the Predator. The first, or just it's just Predator. That was the first one. That's my favorite of the franchise. That movie is a masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. I've said it many times, just in casual chatting on the live streams. If you took out the opening shot of the spaceship passing by Earth and ejecting the pod, you would have no clue what was out there in the jungle hunting them, which I think would have been a better reveal because you already know it's an alien from the spaceship shot. So it kind of takes away a little bit of the mystery. Overall, though, fantastic movie. But I bought the 4Ks several years ago. Back when Best Buy still sold physical media. I guess they're kind of selling it again, but this is when they had it in the stores and stuff like that. So I want to say it was like 2019, 2020ish that there, but I it just came in a one jewel case, and you guys know I hate that shit. I really like each film to be in its own individual case. You'd be able to have that artwork and everything, the whole complete packaging of it, not just we're gonna shove a bunch of discs into one jewel case and half of them are gonna be loose and getting scratched up as they move around in your case there. So what I did for myself, and I've made several updates, variations throughout the years. As I got better with making boxes and I got better, I got a better printer. I started using better paper, different methods, stuff like that. So I thought I'd walk you through, what I had for my collection. So the first box that I made for myself, I made this a while ago. I just, I can tell, just, I don't know what year I did, but I can tell just from my own construction method and the materials I used, this was quite some time ago. But I wanted, and I reorganized these, in a way so that I could fit the Prey, movie in here as well. So originally, here I'll show it to you. So I at the top says The Predator, and then just kind of show you. So originally it was Predator 1 through 4, but I also had both Alien versus Predator films. And so originally those were in their own individual cases, but when Prey came out, I combined both Alien versus Predator films into one case so that that way I didn't have to, at the time I was too busy with other projects, so I didn't have time to go, and I really wasn't ready to revisit making this box. But this is what I came up with at the time. It's okay. Very not anywhere near as quality of this, as what I do now. But so I found this image, I really liked it, and then on the back, I thought that was pretty cool. But also at the same time, it's kind of hard to make out what that is. So that it wasn't really the greatest choice. And then on the back, since I had the Alien versus Predator movies in here, I wanted to have that kind of represented with Alien versus Predator. Honestly, I don't like how this came out. But it's been one of those boxes that I just kind of wasn't ready to take another pass at for a couple years until now. But I wanted to show you, what I had made with that. So obviously, I can tell you right now, this is so old. This was back when I was using for those of you who don't know, when I first started my hobby of making box sets, I was using hardback book covers. So that's why these are like freaking solid, and that's kind of what I became known for, was, you know, the really rigid, solid box sets. But this was, this was when I was making that, and I didn't even finish I didn't even finish the inside. That's how early on this was. Because nowadays, if you look at like a box set, like my last episode, I showed you my Universal box, and you could see like I finished those. So it's much more professional now looking than what I started with. Because when I first started, I was like, who gives a shit about the inside of the box? Like, your movies are in there. But, you know, throughout the years, you know, it became more of a polished look, more finished with that. And then this was a 3 paper wrap. So back when I originally started, I was limited on the print size. So this is one piece of paper, this is another piece of paper, this is another piece of paper, and then you got this here. So on the top, but overall it's still solid. I mean, it's held up. The print quality not so great, but that was also because of the type of printer that I had. It was a low grade printer, you know. But we got to start somewhere. So let me reorganize this so we can go in order. But like I said in the last episode, if you guys are looking to get out of, you know, the one jewel case thing, and you want to put your films in individualized cases, obviously you can pick up your cases. I sell clear cases on you know, my Etsy store, so you can pick those up if you want. Those are 14 millimeter clear, and they hold up to 4 discs. You know, but for these, when I made this set, I was just doing the 12.5 millimeter 4K cases, and they were 2 disc capacity, which was perfectly fine because, you know, I had the 4K and the Blu-ray on it. But I was messing around with you know, what kind of you know, cases, you know, a case insert artwork that I wanted to deal with. And I've told you before, like, you go to like Cover City, High Res Covers, Custom Maniacs, those websites, they are fantastic for you. And it's, even if like it's not just for like making custom stuff, but also like, let's say you went to Goodwill and you found a movie, but it was like damaged. The case was damaged, or the cover was damaged, or maybe there were stickers on it and you couldn't get it off. Those websites are great too, because they have the official covers that you can print out and then, you know, cut and restore what you had if you know, it was damaged. So for these, it was kind of a mixture of that. I kind of took some of the ones that I saw that were original, others were kind of a hybrid. So I found these covers, and these were great for the front covers, but they weren't great for, you know, the back side. So like this one, I just had a picture. I didn't even have like the details and stuff. I mean, that's how I had to, how far back it was, and how limited my knowledge was on what it was out there for websites, you know, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to share this with you guys. So here's, you know, Predator 2, and you see here, like, I actually just grabbed the Blu-ray, so it's not even the 4K information with that. And then they've got Predators. And again, I just grabbed the Blu-ray, so it's not even the 4K information, which kind of sucks. You know, but the spines I did myself. I took the logos, put on there, and then I wanted the 4K UHD logo and the Blu-ray as well. So you know, that worked pretty good, you know, especially for uniformity. And then this one, so the printer I had at the time was very, very, very dark. So this one is a perfect example of how dark this thing printed out. But you can't even like read that. That's how bad it was. So definitely don't have that problem anymore with the print quality that I get out of my new printer. And then, like I said, originally I had Alien vs. Predator and Alien vs. Predator Requiem in their own individual cases when I made this box. But when Prey came out, I didn't want to make a new box just yet. So I ended up combining them. So I ended up changing this so that it showed that both were in here. But even then, like, to show you, just like, I didn't even like go through the trouble of trying to match them up just yet. Like I said, it was just not a priority at the time to revisit this box set. And then I didn't get the Steelbook for this. It was one of those, it was like stupid hot item, and I didn't feel like chasing it at the time. I mean, at the time, and I'm still not necessarily, but I'm not the biggest Steelbook fan. Lots of problems with Steelbooks. The first of being that they're the most delicate, for the word steel, they're the most like non-strong, sturdy packaging I've ever seen. The other thing too is that you're locked in on the art. So like for cases, and like my clear cases I'll show in a minute, you can customize, you can change. If you can make something, and then hey, if you don't like it, or hey, like for me, like I got better at what I do at creating stuff in my hobby. I got better equipment, so I was able to get up my quality in my prints. But like this is the official that came with it with the slipcover, and that was just fine, good enough for me with that. So that made that rounded out this box set with that. Well, as time passed and I started making different things, I eventually started going to more of like the slip boxes and the steel books kind of stuff. But, just to show you, like, for, print quality and stuff like that, I've changed, and I went, with my clear cases. Hey, everybody, hope you're enjoying the video. If you want more from Blockbuster Box Sets, please consider becoming a VIP member. VIP members get exclusive access to content, videos, upcoming projects, and merchandise, as well as a private group that we can socialize and communicate with each other and help each other out with our own personal projects. If you're interested in becoming a VIP member, I have a link in the description of this video. Please follow that and it'll give you all the details. Have a great day, and now back to the video. So now I have my clear cases, and also because for uniformity, with me going to my own kind of collector's edition type stuff, I was really getting rid of the, like, it has to say 4K or whatever on it, because I like to unite my collection, and I had a couple of different copies of Predator that I wanted to bring together. So this was a great way to do that. So I have the front, and then I actually have like a de-identified backing to it. So it gives you, I have it where it gives you the synopsis, I got a nice picture, and then you get the credits and stuff like that. But it's not necessarily nailing down that you have a specific release. And then the great thing about the clear cases is I'm able to do two-sided artwork. So that's what I did for, the first Predator film. And then for Predator 2, and this is all for my collection, same thing. So all the backs are going to be uniform together, which is what I always want with that. And I have Predators, which I feel is severely underrated in the Predator franchise. I really liked Predators. Was it a complete hit? No, there's some things that could have been better, but overall it was good. I like that it didn't take place on Earth anymore. So I liked that scenario. I like that they introduced some other, they introduced like a predator type dog, that I thought was pretty interesting. Then they have like different levels of or species of predator. That was kind of interesting, but and then I got the Predator, which just on the exclusive, just it's just a Predator film. I feel like that was the weakest one in the franchise. So hopefully, the new one that comes out, I don't know, it could be good, it could be bad. I'm not sure. I'm hopeful. So I've gone to the clear cases, and when Prey came out, I had already gone to slip box designs for like steel books and stuff like that. And this is one of the ones where this is where I still was doing like studio logo kind of stuff, but I had made one for Prey, and that came out good. I liked it. It was fine. Wasn't really thrilled with the overall, like the colors weren't as poppy as I had wanted. But that was just kind of printer it was, where it was a little bit darker, and I think I wanted a little more dynamic art than what I had ended up with. But it was a definite upgrade in quality, and it was my intention to have these all kind of go together. But with me, classic is I want I changed my mind to go in a different direction, and that's the beauty of doing creating your own stuff. Is you can totally go in a different direction, and then you can come back and correct what you did to match the others. So even though I like this, and it's rigid, it's got good quality print. It's not the style that I do now. So what I've started to do, I've got the first one knocked out, but I'm gonna be working for my this is a personal project. I'm gonna be working on revisiting and redoing and making a new collection with it. And since they are still making Predator films, I'm not gonna make myself a box set, because it could be out. It'll be outdated after they make the next one and the next one. So I just wanted to do the individual slip boxes. So for the first one, obviously you got to start at the beginning. So I started with Predator 1. And so this is what I did for my slip box for the first one. And you gotta have that on there. That's like the original, and for me it always reminds me of the VHS, of course. And then on the side there I've got the Predator logo, and then on the bottom, since I don't do studio logo stuff, I like the cleaner look. But every now and then, like when I do a franchise, if I can find some. So what I did was the laser sight thing. So all of them are gonna have that, which I think is pretty cool. And then for the back side, there was some artwork that I found, but I wanted it to. I did end up changing it, manipulating, and editing some stuff. So it's kind of a hodgepodge of different elements, and then made to give a different look. But I wanted something that matched like the background with the heat signatures and stuff like that. So this is what I came up with, and this is what I did. So this was this and this are two separate elements, and then I also changed the color dynamic completely with it. I think the original image was like just a very blue. It was very flat, and like I said, I wanted to match the colors on this for the box. So I think that honestly, I'm like thrilled with how this turned out. And I think it looks really, really good. And I'll get you a little closer so you guys can see. But I thought that absolutely came out fantastic. And I'm really, here's the thing. Like, for those that don't get it, like they don't understand my perspective of like, why are you so obsessed with the packaging? It's the movies that count, right? Well, for a lot of these, we already have the movies. This is a great way to elevate your collection. But also, I got to tell you, I get more excited. I only speak for myself. I get more excited by making one of these and having it when it's finally done. I'm like, oh my God, this is so awesome. I'm more excited about this, me creating it and transforming, my movie than I do when I first bought the damn thing. So it is an endorphin high. And then with my clear cases, fits perfectly. So perfect. I don't know if I'm going to do slip covers or not. I may do slip covers for these because I really like shining that stuff up. We're during spooky season, so I just wanted to highlight the scary, spooky, horror type monster films. But there are some stuff like when it comes to my Indiana Jones collection that I'll show off to you guys once we're past spooky season and stuff, or my Back to the Future. Like I did slip covers for myself, and it looks fantastic. I absolutely love it. It's like I said, it's really exciting. Doing this stuff like this really re-energizes your passion for your collection. It also makes your collection unique. And you can, again, like as you get better, you can revisit and you get, every time you redo it, you get that same high, that same endorphin, excitement, joy. Back when I was selling this stuff, that was the number one thing with fans that were a part of the community. They absolutely loved getting these. It was like Christmas time for them. And that's just a wonderful thing and a wonderful feeling to have. So I encourage you guys, be creative, explore your creativity, see where it leads you. Don't worry if you suck. You'll always suck in the beginning of anything that you start off with, and you just keep at it and you'll get better and better. But like you can see through what I was showing you, we went from, this to, this. Tremendous, right? Tremendous jump. You can just see it in like print quality. Even like when you get really close, you can see like it was just different. Different kind of build with that, different kind of material. So that makes a big difference as well. So don't get discouraged. Just keep at it. But that's my Predator collection so far. I'm eager to see the new one. Hope it comes out well. And in the meantime, I'm just going to slowly keep working on the rest of the collection of the Predator franchise. And when I get the rest of it done, then I'll do like an update video of my Predator collection. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will catch you guys next time.